Yeah. Did you get it? Hi, Wifeys! Welcome back to a new episode of Confessions of Wifeys. And today is very special. Today I am with my best friend in the whole wide world. You know how that feels when you have your best friend ever. We will be talking with Marilyn, and we will be talking about fashion, culture, girl talk. I mean, it's just girl talk. So this is a chill one, you guys. And grab your mimosa and your champagne and cheer with us.
Don't cry.
I'm getting sentimental.
Why?
Okay.
Yo, I told you, it's all the time. This shit is all the time. She triggers my tears though. Like it starts off there and then it's a trigger.
It's not that. You know how much we spoke about this moment? Like, Malls,
You could say that.
Yeah,
Wait, okay, fine. Let her get emotional. Let her talk about it.
No, because we're probably gonna use it, but we talked about this.
A lot.
Like, a lot.
But I was supposed to be one of the first.
Yeah.
And look at what number I am already.
We spoke about this project and we were like imagining you guys this exact same moment in time. Like, it's just crazy how everything is come together. But I think it was because this is the right time for it.
It's all in God's timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're in your beautiful home. Thank you so much.
Of course.
You and Leonardo for giving us this beautiful location, you guys.
Of course.
How long have I known you? We've known each other for like
forever.
Like decade, right? Yeah.
Over a decade.
We've
known each other for like, I don't know, 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Oh my God. She met me when I was like, what, like 23? Around there? 23? 20?
I was 27.
We're 27.
Don't do the math.
Oh, you guys are plotting, aren't you? We immediately clicked.
Mm-hmm.
I was like soul sister immediately.
Yeah. What did you think about me when you saw me? Because I came in there like, wow, child, with my hair and all crazy.
She had high-waisted jeans. And then she had like this big curls and her
blonde,
hair.
some Shakira shit.
And I'm like, who is she? And she was just like the sweetest, most like I'm gonna get to know you and we're gonna be friends. And then it turned into
you're my sister.
Yeah.
And then we're like, you're my sister.
And we found each other.
And we're together.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because like even with my real sister, like we're all like so close.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Curly boo. Mwah. Besos para ti. And then after we dated brothers and now he's your hubby. Yes. Leonardo.
13 years, 14 years later.
Yes. Yes. That's
still going strong.
Real love.
Surviving the test of time.
Yes, but that's beautiful. You guys are like beautiful together.
Thank you.
Oh my God, my favorite couple. I don't say goals, but my favorite couple every time, every day, every minute when they pose. It is just the cutest moments, and you guys share them. And now, beautiful home.
Now we're here.
Gorgeous wifey. Like, oh my God. And you've been in the fashion industry always. Forever. What was your first job?
Oh my God. My first job was at TJ Maxx.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How was that?
That's where my shopaholic dreams started.
Ooh. Which, by the way, that movie is definitely you.
Oh my God. That movie is so me. When the scarf is talking to her, that's me.
Yeah.
The scarf, come on, you know you love it. I'm like, I do. I love it. I need to buy it. That's really, really me. But like TJ Maxx was insane. I used to put everything on layaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like spend your check there.
And then like when I would take out my layaway, it was a huge like garbage bag almost size.
Oh
my dad used to be like, "¿Qué tú traes ahí?" I'm like, I paid for this. I swear to you.
It's my money. It's my money.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah. But it was really fun, you know.
And then I know that you went on to do fashion forecasting.
Yes.
Trend forecasting.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Well, you want me to tell you how I came about to do that?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we do. Yes,
So,
we do. Listen up, girls.
I was working at Neiman Marcus, and they have like a different way to make you a buyer there, because I wanted to be a buyer for Neiman Marcus. So I was like a manager first, and then they had me on the training program to be a buyer. And I was on the floor with like maybe 2 other girls, and they were like, "Oh, there's a customer taking photos on the sales floor." And I'm like, "So go tell her to stop taking photos." They're like, "Oh, we told her to stop taking photos, but she doesn't want to listen to us." So I was like, whatever, fine, I'll go and say something. So I went up to her, and it's this crazy looking lady. We're like,
you guys know Devil Wears Prada?
She's like the epitome of that movie. Like that, like she was like, I think the template for that movie.
Yep. She went through it.
But, you know, when I finish the story, like I still love her. Like I have a soft spot for her, you know, because if it wasn't because of her, I would have never discovered that I love to do trend forecasting, or that I even would discover like any parts of the country, you know, like she took me everywhere. But let's keep going there. So then like I went up to her and I was like, "If you really want to take photos of the clothes, go into the fitting room."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, "I'll even take them to you. Just tell me what you're looking for." And she was like, "Well, what do you do here?" And she started asking me questions like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm a buyer in training, like I'm a manager now and whatever." And then she's like, "What did you go to school for?" And I was like, "Trend forecasting and management or whatever." And she was like, "Well, you could work in that now." And I was like, "Well, you know, slowly but surely I'm going into buying." And she's like, "Well, come and interview for me." Ooh. And I was like, what? Yes. And she's like, "Yeah, come and interview for me." She's like, "Here's my address. Call me tomorrow and we'll set something up." So like by the end of that week, I went to go meet her in her house, which was supposed to be an office, but it was her house. It was like an apartment in New York. And first of all, I was like scared shitless because people from Jersey don't leave the island of Jersey. It's like they think they're gonna fall off the edge of the earth. So I was like, "Oh my God, fine, I'm going." So I went, and she was there with one of her friends, and I should have already seen that as a red flag, but I didn't. And she barely spoke to me that day because she was like having an episode. So her friend came up to me and she was like, "Go into the room and set up this trend book. You know, here's 500 photos. Here's white paper. Here's a pen. You put it together."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "All right." And she's like, "Yeah, this is your test." And I was like, and she's like, "If you could do it, then you got the job." And I was like, "All right."
And she did it.
And I did it in like 45 minutes or something like that. And she was like, "Oh, you're not finished." And I was like, "I think I used all the photos." So they go in and they saw it and she's like, "Oh, you finished?" And I was like,
yes.
And then it was late already because it was like, I went to her house like at 7 and she didn't want me to leave. And I was like, "I have to go." And she was like, "Oh, you know, so I'll give you a call later on and I'll let you know if you got the job." So by the time I got home, she was like, "You got the job."
You got the job.
So the first thing is she took me into the market with her, like into like showrooms, and like, you know, taught me how to look at the stuff that she looks at in the showrooms and like pick what I like the most. You know, we would discard the items that we didn't like going forward, or tell them what trends were going forward. And she was like, "Oh, you're good at this. You're a natural. You do it. You do my job," she would say. And then like she was like, "Oh, on Friday we're going to London." And that was like my first week. Yo, I was like scared, like beyond, you didn't even want to know. I was like, "Fine." And she's like, "You have your passport?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "All right, we're going." So London was like my first stop. That was like my first baby. That's where I love going the most.
And then you started traveling to Japan.
Then I went to Japan by myself.
Oh my God.
Like London, I went by myself. I only went with her. She would only go with me the first trip. And then the rest of the time it was me on my own.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And Japan is like the land of dreams and fashion. You guys,
yeah.
If you only knew, travel as much as you can. That's
Yes.
like your book. That's the book of life, basically. Travel and
Yes.
experience as much as you can, because Japan changed. I think everybody that goes to Japan, they're like, wait,
It opens your eyes.
Yeah, it opens your eyes, and
Mhm.
you're just like, there's more. Oh my God. Like my sister, I have a sister, she's obsessed with how they dress. So she was here like a week ago, and literally she was like, just love how they dress. I'm like, I know, I'm jealous of them too, because it's just so like put together.
And effortless.
Like
They look like they didn't even try. They just rolled out of bed and put the hat on. You're
Right?
like, why?
Jeez, and
Well,
like,
how did you do
why?
that?
Yeah, like I need to put this face on. And this, mulos and culitos, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You travel the whole world, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And fashion is your passion.
Yes.
What are you mostly grateful for in that period of time in your life?
Well, I'm grateful to her because of her. Like, I was able to travel and like see so much of the world. If it wouldn't have been because of her, I would have been stuck in Jersey. Who knows? I would have been like in Neiman Marcus.
Jersey girl.
Just stuck in Jersey, in the island of Jersey. I would have never gone into New York.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from her.
Okay. And then after that, you got the job that you are in now.
Yes.
What do you do there?
So I'm a design director for a handbag company.
Okay.
And basically we cater to Latin America. We have licenses for like different brands, and I design all the collections. So we do handbags, luggage, kids' luggage, women's handbags, men's handbags, everything.
And they're pretty good, guys. They're really, really good.
Not because I'm your best friend.
Because they're good. They're good. You get to travel on this job as well.
Yes.
Where do you go? Because I know
China.
people always ask you. I know that you get a lot of DMs, like people asking you, like, where do you go in China, this and that.
Yeah.
You like traveling to China?
Well, China is like, I don't know. It's like one of those places that you hate to go there, but then when you're there, you kind of like it a little bit. It's really weird. So,
but you get
I
to travel.
for that. Yes.
It seems like every career that you do or had, you get to travel.
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I like to travel. I like to see the world.
Yeah. And she was the first person that I met in my entire life that was like well traveled. Like when she was like, I went to London, I was like, oh my God, I want to go to London one day. I've been to Japan. Oh my God, I want to go to Japan one day. So it was pretty cool to have a friend that actually traveled and actually taught me so much as well.
Well, the funny thing about Japan is like when Leo was like, oh, you want to go on vacation? Where you want to go? And I was like, let's go to Tokyo. He was like, what? Okay, let's go to Tokyo. And I was like, ooh, we made a mistake. Yo, that credit card was so high when we got back. We were like, God save us from this credit card. But it was like the best trip because every time I used to go for work, like I never really got to see anything, I was there for work. So I was just focused, like tunnel vision. But when I went with him, like we were discovering and eating different things and like going around. It was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Fashion. What's something in fashion that you love? What inspired you? Because I know that you get a lot of DMs about girls telling you like, oh my God, where do you get inspiration? Like fashion wise, like what inspired you to have your own style? And where you get your creation. You don't want to give all the sauce, sorry guys. But what's something that you love about fashion?
I just love like being creative with what I wear. I mean, I don't really think too much about it. Like I just like,
Because when you think about it, you don't get nothing like that crazy. You're like, oh my God, it looks like the same. It's like when you put pressure on yourself to have something in fashion or do something creative with your style. It's like, como que no te sale. Like, it's like, it doesn't work.
The days that is not a planned outfit are the best outfits.
Yep. Or the
best.
Or the days that you don't go like to a cool spot or like to a restaurant, but you look nice and you're like
wasted outfit.
Oh, I just wasted.
I need to recycle this bitch. Yeah. Like I'm wearing it again. Seriously, I always think about that. I was like, I'm wearing this outfit again. Nobody got to see me.
That happens to me sometimes, and I hated it. But then I don't take pictures of it, and then I just wear it again and take a picture.
And then we take a picture, and then it's a brand new outfit.
A brand new outfit
that nobody saw.
And nobody saw.
It's true. It's true. Those are the best ones, though. The ones that aren't planned.
Yeah, those are good. Those are really, really good. I know we always talked about sizing in the fashion industry. It's the worst. Like, especially I feel like being a Latina, we are completely, like, we have curvy, like
voluptuous,
curvy, barbichona, if you know that word, you know what I'm talking about. I feel, and I know, barbichona. I feel like you mostly know this, but there's a lot of companies that the sizing on the clothing are like so bad.
H&M.
Oh, Zara.
You know that H&M, one time they were like moving the grading of their sizing. So like if you were like, let's say a size 10, they moved it. So then you're really buying a 12. You're buying a 12, not a 10. That's the size that you fit. Even though you are a size 10, you have to buy the 12. Yes, that came out in an article.
Really? By the way, H&M, you should be sending me like, you know, free stuff because
check please.
My whole wardrobe is H&M. Like I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
like,
in that case, then Zara should freaking cut me a check. For real.
Like really.
I buy a lot of clothes from Zara.
Yeah. Well, I buy Zara's too, but we're wearing Zara. But no, like I when was like the last time that I bought like a pair of jeans in Zara? Never. Like it's impossible for me. The
jeans, even the jeans from there, like they have this special jean that's like supposed to be super stretchy. Dude, what size is supposed to fit my ass? Tell me.
New mulo, not even a size.
Like you try on the biggest size, right? And the biggest size, it'll fit me perfect. But then the waist isn't closed. Yeah. Why is the waist not stretched on a pair of stretch pants?
Facts. It's true. I agree.
I don't understand that.
I agree.
Because the waist is a trouble area.
Yeah, maybe they think like, you know, skinny from the waist and then big, which, okay, that's
but not everybody is like that.
I'm definitely not like that.
Not everybody is like that.
So I'm like...
But how are you going to be... How are you gonna be comfy if like your waist is like mad tight and then the rest of your body is like comfortable? Like that doesn't work.
I mean, you sit, you walk, but you sit, and that's the most uncomfortable thing when you're like tight from here, and then you're like, you feel like you're like
compressed,
like a toothpick when you're like squished it in the middle.
No, you feel like a compression. Like if you're wearing like an eternal faja and shit. You're like, no, I don't like it. I don't.
So Zara and H&M, you have that problem. That's how every woman that is curvy with thighs and a bootylicious feels, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Fix that ASAP. Come on. There's diversity. We need diversity in the bodies. Like it's not all skinny bitches. Let's just say. And I mean bitches in a good way. For the people that are like, oh, she's cursing, okay?
No. I think the bubbly is doing effect to us. We're starting to get very giggly.
It's okay. This is going to be a good one. It is a good one, you guys.
We're starting to get very giggly.
Speaking of, basically, speaking of bodies, there is a trend that we always have spoken about.
We always address this.
We're gonna make an announcement right now about this topic. Body dysmorphia. What is going on? I mean, I'm all positive with all bodies, but it comes to a point where you don't look normal. Is that a word?
But I think a lot of it, I feel like it's a cultural thing. I think in our culture, like a lot of girls think that they're supposed to look a certain way. And if you don't look like that, then there's something wrong with you. Let's say my waist is not teeny, but I have a huge ass. And I have like, you know, proportion to my top and my thighs. They're all proportion, but my waist is not that small. And I think that our culture expects us to look like that.
Culture and the internet.
And the internet now too.
I mean, you check on Instagram and it's just like, all you see is perfection. Body kits.
Unfortunately. And
we have a name for it.
So we call it body kits because it's like you go to the doctor and you're like, I want kit 1.
Yeah, it's
or
true.
I want kit 2.
Yeah.
Which includes breast, butt, waist.
Yeah, it's true. I agree. Sorry, guys, it's true.
But, like, the thing is that I wouldn't be against it. A little tweak here, a little tweak there. It's nothing. That's not a big deal. But when you're talking about, I need to look like freaking Kylie, what's wrong with you? Like, that's crazy.
And the thing is that what we humans don't understand is that we could talk and try to fix anything from the outside, but if you're not fixing what's inside in here, you are always going to see that person in the mirror. Yes. You could do magic to your body, to your hair, to anything, but if you don't work what's in here and in here, it will never do any justice to what you see in the mirror.
It's true.
Did I say it correctly?
Yeah, you have to do the work on your mental first.
Because it doesn't matter.
Before your physical.
Yeah, you could do a lipo or anything. That's okay, good, go for it. But make sure that you work on here. When you see that person in the mirror, you're still not picking at it. Yeah. Because then it turns into something that you need to work on.
It's more trouble.
It's more deeper. Mm-hmm. So have that in mind. Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's true.
Of course. And then that goes more to self-love. The self-love topic.
Self-love.
I love
for all the wifeys.
Self-love for all the wifeys. I love talking about self-love because it took me a minute to understand what really self-love is. Self-love is not just like getting your nails done or spa. You really need to do the work inside.
Yeah.
I
think that's one of the number one things about being in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself first and be comfortable with your skin, with what you bring to the table, with who you are.
With who you are, yeah.
And then your partner is going to appreciate that person. Yeah. If he's a good partner for you, he'll appreciate that from you because you're there and you're standing your ground and you're like,
you know what
confident.
You want. Yeah, you know what you want. And you're not afraid of asking for it. And it goes for a single woman. I'm a single woman. My best friend is happily married and I'm single. So we both get, both of different worlds, I guess. Yeah. And you've been there. I mean, you have seen everything. We know each other's life like a book, basically. Yes. And being single, you have to work on you a lot. You have to know what your faults are and your flaws and your good things and things that scare you and you're afraid of in order for you to, do good and grow, basically. And for me, self-love is taking care of this, like your inner child. Who are you inside? So we have a lot to learn and a lot to teach and a lot to appreciate about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at me. Good vibes, good energy, good vibes, good energy.
So crazy.
I know. That goes to relationships. Topics about relationships. What advice would you give to women that are married, that have a partner or husband or boyfriend? What advice would you be like? This has worked for me. It might not work for you, but in general, what advice would you give them on relationships?
Well, what works in my relationship?
What works in your relationship, and what advice would you give them that you think every relationship should have?
I think what works in my relationship the most is that Leo is honest with me. Like he never lies to me, and I never lie to him. He knows everything about me. I know everything about him, and he always has been consistent with that. And also, like, we always do everything together, even from the beginning. Like, if he didn't have a phone, I had a phone. I gave him my phone. Vice versa. If I don't have money, he has money. We always looked out for each other. Like, it was never like, oh no, you're on your own. Like, this is you, And I think, like, the quarantine was like a test for so many people.
Everybody. It tested even single people. We wanted sometimes to throw ourselves out of the window, but we made it work.
Yeah.
It's just like a relationship. You
But I
make
think
it
in
work.
like couples, like if you survive the quarantine,
Yeah.
you good, you solid. Because
Glad for you
the
guys.
quarantine is like a test because your world is this small. It's just you two. How are you gonna make it work?
Yeah.
How are you gonna do it without killing each other? Like how are you gonna spend the time? And it's like survival of the fittest, basically. You know? And we didn't pull our hair out the whole quarantine. We never fought. Like I don't know. I think me and him like work well under stress situations.
I mean, I'm laughing this way because like I saw so many memes like in quarantine.
Oh
it
my
was like
God.
people really were going through it, you guys.
Yo, you know how many breakups? And it was like a quiet breakup. It was like
Yeah,
clean
like
off the Instagram.
a new slate.
Moving on.
Brand new slate.
Nothing happened here. Moving along. Nobody said, "Oh, from now on, I'm not with so and so." It was like clean.
Yeah, it's true. It's,
A lot of them
yeah.
happen like that.
I think quarantine was good for all relationships, even friendships too.
Yeah.
Like I got to see you July, wasn't it, or June?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we always have our dates. If you
Yes.
follow us on social media, you know we always have our fancy dates.
Yes.
Yes, we do. And it was like, but we were texting.
Yeah,
almost every
all the
day.
time.
Yeah,
All the time.
all the time. But I agree with you with the honesty. I think honesty and respect needs to be.
Yeah.
That's like the foundation, I guess, of your
Yes.
relationship.
Yeah. Respect is a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
And also the person should have the same values that you have.
Mm.
Like we're so big on family. Like, you know, my family to me is my everything. Like,
Yeah.
and he's the same.
Yeah.
You know, his family for him is like top. So like we've always been like that, and like that's what I wanted in a husband.
Yeah.
You know.
And so
Shout out
guys,
to my boo, my bear.
shout out to Leonardo Rodriguez. Woo, 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 woo. No.
It's so silly. But yeah, like that's important.
I mean, it's true. If you're the type of person that likes to be alone and you don't like a lot of people in your house, and then you get with someone that, oh wait, been there, done that. But if you're the type to be solo at home and you don't like a lot of people in your house, and then you get with someone that likes people to visit them and to always be in your house, you're gonna have friction. You're gonna have conflicts. You're gonna have arguments because you are not in tune. And we're not saying that you need to be the same as your partner.
No.
You know?
You don't need to be the same.
It's just little things like that, like values and and what you like in a home and how you want to raise your kids.
But also, like, relationships are every day evolving.
Every day.
You know, like you never stop like knowing your partner.
Yeah.
And different situations in your life like change how you gear up, you know?
Yep.
Like sometimes you're driving on this street kind of fast and then you gotta slow down and drive on this street because that's where the relationship is going in that moment. And it's about like kind of switching gears, you know, not really, I don't know, just changing the way you manage and not like sticking to like, oh no, this is not working because of this. No, it's not that black and white. Like relationships need work.
Yeah.
You know?
Need to make it work. If you love the person, you need to make it work.
Yes.
And if you don't, go your separate ways. Be happy.
Yes.
Like move on. Like I think like
don't waste time.
Don't waste time. Like be with someone that make you happy and you make that person happy too, because it's both ways, you know?
But
so
here's another one that's like my one top.
Ooh. Do tell.
Like be kids. Like me and him are like two big kids. We're laughing every day, goofing around every day, you know, making fun of each other and making fun of situations.
That's your best friend, you know?
So, but I think that's what keeps it like fresh, you know? Like I feel like I met Leo yesterday and we have 14 years together.
Oh, cutie.
Stop, you're gonna make me emotional. But like, you know?
Don't.
Stop. That's your fault.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't. Because you told me not to be emotional. You're not allowed to be emotional.
I'm not. I look to the light.
But again, it's true.
Yeah.
You're with your best friend. It should be fun. It should be safe. And you need to have respect. Respect for each other.
Yes.
What
advice would you give girls trying to get over a breakup? Especially a long-term relationship.
Been there, done that. Ooh, it's tough. I think breakups are tough. Breakups are hard. Breakups are, oh my God, they could tear you down. They could tear you down. But you need to have the strong will of moving on. I am not the type to keep tabs on whoever I was with. I am not the type to be friends with whoever I was with. I feel like if you're going to create a new world, it's going to be, especially in your love life, is going to be with a new people. New people, new person. Like that was a chapter that you close, you know? But I know you guys are thinking, well, Marilyn, Molly, our situation is different because, I mean, we spoke about it maturely. We screamed at each other one time, but you know, you have to go through that.
It wasn't a smooth transition.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't. Okay, guys. So her hubby is brother with my ex. I said it, you guys. I am so proud of myself. Yes.
Gold star for the
yes, that's right here. So, you know, we had to, as mature women that we are, we had to talk about it. And we had to, you know, set limits too. And respect each other. Respect each other that, you know, I know that I'm going to see maybe his life in her Instagram, and pictures. And for me, I had to make peace with that. I needed to make peace with my past. And I needed to make peace that I'm not part of the family, but now I'm your part of the family because wherever she goes, I go.
You're still part of the family. It's just in a different way.
In a different way. Now I'm Leonardo's, I'm Marilyn's, you know?
Yes. Well, you're still Leonardo's too because he's a part of me.
He's my big brother.
Yeah.
I love Leo. Leonardo's amazing.
So you're still a part.
Yes. So I feel like you need to make peace, have a strong will of moving on, and love yourself. That's the most important thing when you break up with someone.
Yes.
You need to understand that what that person didn't give you, either you learn to give it to yourself, and then you already know for your next relationship what you want and don't want.
It's true.
Because you don't want to make the same mistake twice. So, I feel for me that has worked. And you give a good vibe too, a different vibe. Like,
I think that you've changed a lot.
Yeah, I have, haven't I?
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
I have. Yes.
You know, and it's all, you know, you were on a different growth path. So, you know, things happen, relationships don't work, but you're in a different space now and you're doing great.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yes.
So, you're going to be awesome.
Yeah. And you need to know that you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's just, it may seem that your world is falling apart, but if you know that you deserve better for yourself, and maybe that person wasn't better for you and they found their better in another person or whatever, that's fine. You need to make peace with that.
Yes.
And understand it.
But I think you're not going to move on from a breakup until you love yourself first. And I think you love yourself a lot.
Yeah.
You got in there. That's why you're like getting over it now.
Yeah.
That's how you get over it.
Yeah, that's how you get over someone that you love deeply, because your other person might have been, you know, the worst person to you or whatever, but you did have good memories.
Yes.
And that person did make you happy one time or millions of times. But you need to love yourself.
Loving yourself is the key.
Yeah. And not jumping on another relationship. So, because then it's just, you're just going to be stuck. You're just going to be doing the exact same thing and not even.
The thing is that people do that, they never get over what happened.
Yeah.
You know? So then, like, it comes up again later on in their relationship or later on in, like, certain situations, you know? So those people never really get over it. And
even the people or the person that they choose to share a new life again, may not even be the right people because they don't even know.
Well, that's a problem with a lot of people nowadays, that they pick partners just for, I don't know, for clout, or because, you know.
That's a good topic. What the hell is going on with people with choosing people for clout? I don't understand that relationship. Like, those relationships do exist.
Yes. I mean, I've seen a lot of them on Instagram.
So
and maybe, you know what, the thing is that Instagram shows you a certain version, and maybe it might not be that, you know, and maybe it might be, maybe they do love each other, maybe it does work out, but like the version that Instagram shows you, it looks like it's just smoke and mirrors and it's just for clout, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like cheap.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, in the long term, things like that don't work out.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. And I feel like we're like in a society right now it's all about that. It's all about clout.
Even friendships.
Even friendships are like, some of them are for clouds too.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in. It's all because of social media.
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
It's all because of social media.
But those are our tips, you guys. Thank you for asking.
You didn't ask, but fine. I told you anyway.
We gave it to you anyway. But at the end of the day, you need to make what makes you happy. You need to do what makes you happy. You need to do what makes you happy. Just keep saying that to yourself and do it, you know? And look for love. Don't stop looking for love. And wish everybody in your past the best. And it helps you to move forward. Being, you know, not nice and have remorse for that person or resentment is not going to help you in your new chapter. You have to make peace. You have to move on, and you need to wish them well.
Wish them well.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
I'm good with this. Yeah.
That was good. That was really good.
That was really, really good. So, Malls, what type of wifey are you?
I think I'm a wifey.
You're a wifey, bitch.
I'm a wifey.
Show that rank.
But I wear many hats. Like, you know,
you do.
I have a career. I'm into fashion. I'm into art. Like, I'm into like many different things. Like, I don't think like I'm really just one
thing.
Yeah.
I like that. That makes you you.
I'm multi-wifey.
Multi-wifey. Yes, multi. And of course, my favorite question of this show: what advice would you give your younger self?
It gets better with time. Because it does. Like, when you're young, your life seems like, oh my God, like you're like freaking drowning. Stop it. Look at her. The waterworks have come out.
I didn't expect that. I thought you were
she always cries.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Like what? Now you're gonna make me cry.
No. Because I remember you telling me that.
This is how it happens. This is how it happens.
No, because she told me that when I was going through a lot. She always kept telling me that.
Maybe I shouldn't look at you.
Okay.
All right. Advice that I would give my younger self is that it gets better with time. Like, when you're younger, you think like the world is ending, like, you know, like you're never gonna get your footing on the ground, and little by little, you know, things start happening, and you have to see when the little things start happening, because it's like a little roadblock, and it's here and it's there, and like you're grabbing at it, and next thing you know, you're like, poof, you're like in a new life.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
But little by little. And it's like all in God's time, and, you know,
timing.
It's all about timing.
It's all about timing, you guys.
You just got to look for the little signs, and that's how it is.
And you see them. Yeah. Let's cheers to that. It gets better with time.
See,
it sure does. You guys, I mean, I don't want to say bye, but I have to say bye so you could see this.
Maybe we do it again.
We should do it again. This was definitely some girl chat.
It was too long.
Yeah, this was girl chat with Marilyn, Molly. I call you so many names. I called her one time Tamale.
You know where Molly came from, right? because Leo used to call me Tamale.
Tamale.
And then he abbreviated it and started calling me Molly, and then it stuck on you.
And I've forever been calling her Molly. I don't call her Marilyn. I call her Molly always, always. But thank you for having us in your home.
Of course.
Your beautiful home.
Thank you.
This is gorgeous. You guys want to see.
Thank you.
But thank you for being in this episode. And thank you for your support. You have always given me support.
Of course.
I love you, boo.
I love you too.
Thank you. And with that, with those waterworks right down our eyes right now, we are going to say ciao, ciao, goodbye, and stay tuned for this new episode coming soon. Bye.
This way, but you're making me. I don't wanna feel insane, but you're making me over.